All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachah, Kodash. Double honors due to the apostles, the bishops, the elders of Great Millstone, and peace, blessings, and safety to the Lord's elect. This is the brother Yeshaya, and this video is going to be about the UFOs or the chariots, all right, of the Lord. Now, the world, ignorantly calls them UFOs, unidentified flying objects, because they are identifiable to them. Okay, in the Bible, all right, the Lord does describe through his prophets, all right, and with instances, okay, of seeing these aerial vehicles, man, that these that the Lord uses to maneuver through the world, maneuver through the universe, man. All right, and it's not a hard concept to grasp that if the Lord put the inspiration on, certain individuals to create airplanes, helicopters, especially the high technology ones like the F-35s and the damn those B-2 stealth bombers, right? How much more do you think that he would have his own, vehicle, okay, that and I'm not talking about with wheels, all right, like a car, but a actual like a spaceship, man. All right, it's not far fetched that the Lord would have vehicles that the angels maneuver around with, man. All right, and He has used those vehicles in the past to translate, okay, certain of the prophets, and He's going to use that in this time to translate us, okay. Lord willing, we be part of that number. All right, and to escape thermonuclear, destruction on this planet, man. All right, and that's in likewise manner that's how Yahweh Shai is going to return. But I think I did a little bit too much rambling. This video right here is a video that I took at camp. This was about 3 years ago, I think. But it was a fleet of chariots, man. All right, and I was with the brother Yakal, which was crazy because I said, "Do you see him?" And he couldn't see him. Okay, and we were looking at the same sky. He couldn't see him. But without further ado, I'm gonna play this video and then get into some scriptures. Y'all see that fleet of chariots? Men of Valor, South Carolina, baby. Call hello, Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem, Kakadash, man. Y'all see that? Fleet of chariots. Men of Valor, South Carolina, baby. Call hello, Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem, Kakadash, man. Y'all see that? Fleet of chariots. Men of Valor, South Carolina, baby. Call hello, Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem, Kakadash, man. So yeah, all right, and I was in awe, man. Like I said, this happened like 3 years ago, but man, it's still I still think about it when I get low in the spirit, and I haven't seen a chariot in a little minute. And for those who want to scoff and gainsay and mock and whatever, hey, this ain't for you, man. All right, go find something safe to do, man. Like Drewski said, go find something safe to do, boy. Hey, go play in traffic. But anyway, these you're gonna have the scoffers, like, oh, that's lint or that's whatever, man. But they just we don't care at this point, man. At this point, we're gonna see. All right, but the masses, okay, especially of our people, Israelites, they don't understand the ways of the Lord, man. Okay, and it's in front of it's available to anybody. All right, anybody can get a Bible. Most of us have cell phones. All right, but the Ruach HaKodesh is the kicker. Okay, is the pivotal thing that allows your brain to understand. Okay, for you to understand the intricacies of the Lord. All right, and the chariots, they come in different. They come in different basically forms. All right, I've seen one that looked like a so-called shooting star, but it zigzagged. I've seen one that was metallic and shiny. Okay, like silver in the daytime. Okay, like a shiny silver metal. These right here, the ones that look like orbs that disappear. Okay, they come in all, and let me show that. All right, they can come in different forms. We can go to the book of Ezekiel, the first chapter. All right. There it is. Ezekiel 1 and 4. And I looked, and behold, a whirlwind came out of the north, a great cloud, and a fire enfolding itself, and a brightness was about it, and out of the midst thereof as the color of amber, out of the midst of the fire. So, these chariots, they can come in different forms. All right, this chariot that Ezekiel saw, it had the color. It was the color of amber, so very like a dark brown, like a dark orange, something like that. And I've seen one that looked like that before, man. So that's just for the simple-minded, man. All right, and also the inhabitants of those vehicles are the heavenly host of the Lord, man. The angels. Okay, the angel. Verse 5. Also out of the midst thereof came the likeness of four living creatures, and this was their appearance. They had the likeness of a man. So when that guy said, "Yeah, we saw the inhabitants of the so-called UFOs, and they looked like 7-foot black men and they had a posture and a look about them that they've never been conquered." All right. So, hey, man, that's a beautiful thing. That's the Lord, man. All right. And that's how the angels look. They don't look like E.T. or some green, I don't know, however they that psyop that they've put on the people through these movies of how the angels look, all right, or the inhabitants of those so-called UFOs look, man. Okay, so yeah, the angels occupy those vehicles, all right, and this is Slack you. Let's see. Yeah, to the masses, man. This is a scary thing to see a chariot or to see something that is so-called unknown, but it's known to us what these vehicles are, man. The chariots, all right? Jeremiah 10 and 1. Hear ye the word of the Lord Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shah speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. So, hey, the Lord is showing and these showing Esau, Edom, different visions, actual instances. Okay, you had one instance, or I don't know if it's true or not, but I believe it's true, where the they tried to actually fire a missile at a chariot, and the chariot just played with it, man. Just the chariots can do all that, man. They can malfunction a system, okay. And you don't think those fighter pilots and with all this, and the Space Force and all that, man. The Lord, we are at the end, and the Lord is showing His signs, man, that He's returning, and these people are shook, and rightfully so, man. Okay, these people are so fucking shook, and that's why they're doing all of these things to put in the movies and try to downplay, and also to basically, hide the actual appearance of the inhabitants of those chariots, man. Okay, which are the angels that look like so-called black men. Okay, it's not hard, man. All right, but hey, you got people. When the Lord does return, okay, you're gonna have a certain of our people bugging out, okay, but of the chariots, and hey, it's even gonna get to the point that Esau, Edom, and whoever is a part of the military, there's gonna be Jakes in there too. But I'm talking about the man that owns the military, that runs the military. All right, but anybody that's in the military, they're gonna be found to be an enemy against the Lord and actually try to fight the Lord, as pursuant to Second Esdras, the 13th chapter. But here it is right here, Acts 1 and verse 9. And when he had spoken these things, while they beheld, he was taken up, and a cloud received him out of their sight. So this verbiage is used a lot of times when, describing the chariots. All right. A fire enfolding within itself. Different verbiage that certain prophets use because, that's what they had available. This was before the inception of a lot of words. So they used what they had available, all right, which were clouds, a fire. Like your Acts 1 and 9. And when he had spoken these things, while they beheld, he was taken up, and a cloud received him out of their sight. And while they looked steadfastly toward heaven as he went up, behold, two men stood by them in white apparel, which are the angels, which also said, Ye men of Galilee, why stand ye gazing up into heaven? This same Yahushua, which is taken up from you into heaven, shall so come in like manner as ye have seen him go into heaven. So the Lord, when he does return, he's returning back on that fathership, man. All right. And, they got certain cases to where they said that, certain news reports that they saw or they caught on, I guess what it would be a sonar or some type of map that they look, into the heavens with. All right. And by the heavens, I mean like the second heaven, the atmosphere and everything like that. They said that something is approaching Earth that's about half the size of the sun, man. And they also said that there was another one that they saw that they caught, on whatever technology they use. All right, I don't know, but they said that it was an object that was bigger than the Earth that was approaching Earth or something like that. So, hey, man, that's the chariots of the Lord, man. And we're not dismayed at them like the heathen are. And I remember one time you had Jake trying to shoot at the damn chariots, man. This happened like a couple years ago, a little while back. It went viral, but the chariots appeared, introduced themselves. They made an appearance, and you had Jake trying to shoot with guns, man. How stupid can you be to try to shoot something that is out of this world, literally, with a gun? Hey, and that's what's gonna happen with Esau, man. All right. Since I brought it up, let's go to the book of 2 Esdras, chapter 13. And it came to pass after 7 days, I dreamed a dream by night, and lo, there arose a wind from the sea, that it moved all the waves thereof. And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. And when he turned his countenance to look, all things trembled that were seen under him. And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice, like as the earth felleth when it filleth the fire. So that those concentrated fire beams are going to be emitting from these chariots. And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the four winds of the heaven to subdue the man that came out of the sea. So that's your military, your space force, all type of things, man. I mean the Army, the Navy, Air Force, all right, the military industrial complex, right? And not just the America's military, but hey, you're gonna have different militaries, all right? Because when the Lord comes, hey, every knee shall bow, every eye shall see him. So, hey, this is not gonna be something that's that you're not gonna hear about. Okay, hey, the whole world is gonna know when Yahushua returns, man. But I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain and flew up upon it. But I would have seen the region or place whereout the hill was graven, and I could not. And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet durst fight. So, hey, the Lord is going to, hey, when he comes, man, it's going to be an epic defeat. It's gonna be one for the ages, man. All right. So let's go to the book of Second Kings, because hey, our forefathers and the prophets that have been before us, all right, they have experienced chariots, and they didn't bug out, or they didn't know what it was. Hey, they like Elisha, he said the chariots of the Lord, I think. 2 Kings 2:2, and this is how Elijah got translated into heaven. And it came to pass, when the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua would take up Elijah into heaven by a whirlwind, that Elijah went with Elisha from Gilgal. And Elijah said unto Elisha, tarry here, I pray thee, for the Lord has sent me to Bethel. And Elisha said unto him, as the Lord liveth and as thy soul liveth, I will not leave thee. So they went down to Bethel. Yep. So hey, there you go, that whirlwind. Okay. That whirlwind, and that's another, code word for the chariot. All right. Yep. So let's go to 2 Kings 6, and where is it? Yeah, 2 Kings 6:15, and when the servant of the man of God had risen early, and going forth, behold, an host compassed the city, both with horses and chariots. And his servant said unto him, alas, my master, how shall we do? And he answered, fear not, for that be with us are more than they that be with them. And Elisha prayed and said, Lord, I pray thee, open his eyes, and that he may see. And the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua opened the eyes of the young man, and he saw, and behold, the mountain was full of horses and chariots of fire round about Elisha. Okay, so there you go, chariots of fire. And when they came down to him, Elisha prayed unto the Lord and said, smite this people, I pray thee, with blindness. And he smote them with blindness according to the word of Elisha. So there you go, man. All right. Hey, them chariots, they're here to help us. All right. But they're going to be for our salvation, but to the rest of the world and for everybody else, okay, hey, it's going to be their destruction, their demise. And, they fear these chariots, and they don't, fear of the unknown, man. So this is the last one. I'm going to wrap it up. Psalms 68:17. The chariots of the Most High, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, or the chariots of God, are 20,000, even thousands of angels. The Lord is among them, as in Sinai, in the holy place. All right. So that's how you know that the inhabitants of these chariots, all right, or these space vehicles, whatever you want to call them, but they are the chariots of the Lord, as the scriptures describe them. The inhabitants are angels. Okay, and angels look like so-called black men. All right, just as the Lord, all right, Yahweh does as well. So I'm going to end it with that. Lord Williams edify. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rechahak, Wadash, double honors due to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders of Great Millstone, and peace, blessings, and safety to the Lord's elect out there. And until next time, I say, Shalom.